Hello everyone, and welcome back to Figure Review. Kicking off my look at the WWE Hall of Fame Elite Series, we have Trish Stratus. Now, this Trish is, and this whole series is a Target exclusive, and represents not always the attire they wore at the time of induction, but just a different attire they haven't made before. Now, this is a kind of a mishmash, as we have Trish in her WrestleMania 27 attire, but with the Women's Championship. Within this look, Trish Stratus never held the Women's Championship, but it's a belt they've only put out one time before, so they kind of, given a little love to the longtime collectors and the Attitude Era fans by re-releasing the Women's Championship. Let's take a quick look at this minuscule championship. Now, that's not to say that the size on this isn't accurate, but compared to other Mattel championships, this is a very tiny and skinny belt. As you can see, great detailing, especially for the size, right down to the WWE logo stamped around the edge of the strap. That's very impressive detail. And look at how tiny the WWE... WWE used to have a special plate on the end of the belt that said, World Wrestling Federation or World Wrestling Entertainment. They've kind of done away with that in years since, but they used to come right on there like that. But overall, great belt. Due to the size, it's not as flimsy. I mean, it's still flex if you hold the part with the holes in it, but overall, it's still pretty stiff, especially with the thickness of the plates. But overall, still a very cool accessory, and for anybody who's interested, this will be up on eBay. I'm not sure if it's already been sold by the time I finish this video, so I apologize. And then we have the woman herself, Trish. A lot of people not a fan of this particular scan. I think it's another case, 9 times out of 10 with Mattel, if something doesn't look right, it's due to the paint. And I think they just haven't really nailed the paint job on this face quite right. As you can see, my one is kind of looking up. And that's not so much what people don't like about it, but I also think her skin tone is a little off. Like, it's almost right, but it's a little off. And the combination of these things kind of is what gives people the idea that it doesn't really look a lot like her. I think they did a better job with the Elite, regular Elite Series Trish, especially where it already had the blonde hair and the more colored-in eyeshadow. I think that's a big, big factor in what makes the Trish figure look like Trish. Because in the time she was very popular, she wore, a lot of eyeshadow, and without it, it's kind of like Batman without his eye makeup around under the mask. It's a big part that you wouldn't necessarily think you would miss, but without it, it really stands out. Now, of course, she got the blonde hair, because this is after she came back, teamed with John Morrison against Snooki and Team Flawless. Got a silver and black attire. Got her little wristband there, all blacked out, looking like she could be a member of the Shield. Got her biker gloves. Long black tights with the kick pads. Got her Stratosphere logo right on the pocket, with more studs. And then a ridiculous detail, the brunette mafia underneath. That's because her, Snooki, and John Morrison are all brunettes. Oh, and just so you guys don't think WWE was insane and put a guy against all girls, Dolph Ziggler was on the other team with Michelle McCool and Layla. But there you have it. A pretty cool Trish figure. I think Mattel's got to figure out a better expression that better represents Trish. Even though she did smile a lot, she also made a lot of serious faces too, and I think that might work better in her favor. But I thank you guys for watching. Keep an eye out for my next Hall of Fame review of possibly the greatest of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Go back and watch my WWE Elite WrestleMania 30 series, and those reviews for Elite 33 up to and upcoming. We have Elite 34, 35, and some basics. Catch you later, guys.